Imagine waking up in a world where the internet never existed. No social media, no instant news, no emails, no online shopping, just silence. Instead, you'd read the morning paper, write letters, and make phone calls. Kids would play outside and families would gather for breakfast without distractions. Shopping would mean visiting local markets. Life would be slower, more personal, and perhaps more connected in a different way. How would you find information? No Google, no Wikipedia. Instead, you might turn to books, libraries, newspapers, or even ask experts in person. Imagine a world where information is found through tangible sources and human interaction. Newspapers and books would be our main sources of knowledge. News wouldn't be instant. It would arrive hours or even days later. Libraries would be bustling hubs of information and bookstores would thrive. People would spend more time reading and discussing ideas. The pace of information flow would be slower, but perhaps more thoughtful. In a world without the internet, the written word would reign supreme, shaping our understanding of the world. Want to message a friend? Forget instant texts and video calls. Instead, you'd be writing letters, making landline calls, or even sending faxes. Communication would be slower, but perhaps more thoughtful and deliberate. People would still rely on handwritten letters, landline phones, and maybe, if you're lucky, a fax machine. Communication would be slower, but more personal. Imagine waiting days for a letter or hearing someone's voice on a crackly phone line. Without e-commerce, businesses would rely on physical stores. If you wanted to shop, you'd have to go there in person. Companies would also depend heavily on phone orders and mail catalogs. Marketing would be done through print media, radio, and TV ads. Advertising would still be through billboards, TV, and word of mouth. Traditional methods like print ads in newspapers and magazines, direct mail, and radio spots would dominate. Companies would rely heavily on these channels to reach their audience. Would life be simpler? Maybe. Without the internet, our social interactions would be more personal. We would spend more time outdoors, engage in face-to-face conversations, and rely on traditional forms of entertainment and information. People might be more present, spending less time staring at screens and more time engaging with each other. They would have deeper conversations, play more games, and participate in community activities. But would it really be better? The internet has given us instant access to knowledge, global connections, and opportunities that never existed before. Imagine a world without online education, social media, or e-commerce. We would lose the ability to connect with loved ones instantly, access to a vast amount of information, and the convenience of online services that make our lives easier. Without the internet, medical research would progress at a much slower pace. Global businesses wouldn't be able to expand overnight. People in remote areas might struggle to access education and essential information. The interconnected world we know today would be vastly different, with significant impacts on innovation, healthcare, and global commerce. So, what do you think? Would the world be better or worse without the internet? Imagine a world where we connect face-to-face more often, but lose the instant access to information and global communication. Would it be a simpler, more connected world, or one where we miss out on the vast opportunities the internet provides?